Happy St. Patrick's Day, my friend. I'm Pat Sloan, and I am wearing the green today, the Shamrock. And because I'm just a little bit Irish from here and there and everywhere, including the last name of Sloan. So I have a couple things today. I'm going to show you some green quilts. I switched out the living room quilts and the hall quilts. I'm going to show you that on a little video and then tell you first about something that's coming up, a really fun thing for me personally that you can register and watch it when it runs. So I don't know if you've ever heard of the group called the Quilt Alliance. It has been around a very long time. They are primarily in the business of documenting the stories of quilt makers. That's a big part of what they do, of celebrating the quilters who make things and keeping their stories for history. So they do a portion of this at the Quilt Alliance called QSOS, Quilters Save Our Stories. And there is a segment of Textile Talk. If you get their newsletter, you would have seen it. In Textile Talks, I'm going to be interviewed by Frances O'Rourke Dowell, who's an author, and she's also on the board of the Quilt Alliance. And she'll be interviewing me about my quilt making. And in particular, they always like us to pick one quilt and tell a specific reason why that quilt is so important to you. So I just thought that was really interesting. I'm still like, I'm not as sure exactly which one. I think I know which one I'm going to hang up, but it's like, which one? So actually I will do the interview on Friday, which is tomorrow. And then it'll air on March 30th. So down in the description box here and at the first comment, which I will pin to the top here at YouTube, at the first comment, you can also click over so that you can register for the March 30th event because they will take the interview and they will take some pictures and they'll put it all together. So that is so exciting. It's so exciting to be asked to do this. I have gone to one of the interviews. I saw when Ginny Beyer was interviewed because they actually did that here locally during an event. They came and had this sort of sub-event for the Quilt Alliance, and I was able to listen in and hear Ginny Beyer talk about her most important quilt to her and hear the interview. So that was a really cool thing to experience. So I'm just very honored to be asked to do this. So QSOS, Quilters Save Our Stories. Our stories are important as makers. So it's St. Patrick's Day, and I got my my shaker shamrock done, my panel. But first, let me just show you a little series of clips here, and then you'll see my living room makeover. So before I could hang some of the things up, I need to get some of the wrinkles out. I could just run it through the dryer. That usually works pretty good. But lately, I've just been taking my Aliso and doing a little steam and just pressing those wrinkles out from having it folded on the shelf for the past year. As I'm pressing this, I'm just admiring this beautiful quilting that Cindy did for me. Look at that. She loved purple, so she did purple on there, and then in the big swoopy part all across it was green, or is green. I love it. Look at the big dots. Here I am getting it ready before I put everything up. I've got everything down in the red and whites except for the quilt on the wall and the little butterflies. I put all the pillows over here. I do not think I have enough spring, more spring pillows. I don't think I have enough even summer pillow covers. I have mostly winter and fall. So I've got a stack of quilts here. This is the one I was just pressing. A couple other things here that might go up. And here are the pillowcases I think I'm going to be able to use. This is a wall hanging where I think the butterfly will be. I'll put that one. So time to take that heart quilt down and put up the flower bouquet. We'll start here with Shake Your Shamrock. So I have it here in my hallway. So there's the stairs going up. And then between the window and the door, I've got my Paris panel. So this is a panel that we did a couple of years ago. I did free motion quilting. I showed you how I did that. Alrighty. So I also decided I would hang just at a spot here. I could do just one little sweet wall hanging. So I've got that up. This little fox. It was one of the Button Club projects from quite a few years ago. Okay, so switched out the airing of the green. So on the wall, like I showed you ironing, is the flower bouquet. Now, I do need to get a longer rod, I think. This needs to be about 2 inches longer up there, and then one that doesn't have to have those little ends screwed off each time. That can just lift it up out of the hook. That would be perfect. I've got my quilt of squares. These are Chenille Pillows. Look at that. These were so fun. I did it with the Olfa Challenge, used their chenille cutter. Now I've got from the holiday book, the Carrot Table Runner. And I'll show you what I have here. This is an old basket that I've had like forever. And these bunnies were my great-grandmother's. Look how precious they are. They're funny because they're so real looking. You know, they're not cutie bunnies. Then I've got these funky carrots and some eggs. These big eggs were from Dove Candy. They should really do that again. Then somebody, I think, gave me these little ones. And of course, a sweet little chickie. Over on the chair, I've got a quilt with some green and my pillow from the book. And then a primitive bunny. See her pretty sweet face and her little chickie. Then I've got a bunch of just stuff I've collected over here. Fun things. Okay, so on my what is it called? Ladder. Yeah, on the ladder is I just left Grandma's kitchen and I put my Irish chain and then a little berry thing that I have, and then up there's a pillow, the lemon pillow over there. I think I mentioned in there when I was talking that my pillows, I have a lot of pillow covers for Halloween, fall, and Christmas, winter. So I have a lot for that. But for spring and summer, I have a lot less. So that means I get to make more pillowcases. So I just want to show you what I ended up with that I was kind of out of balance. So first, I have these two, this one and this one, that I don't have pillow forms for. So I have covers for 2 more, but no pillow forms of this size. So I need to order some more pillow forms. I'm not sure, maybe they got, you know, icky or something. Do pillow forms get icky? I don't know. Also, which was so funny, I was, I don't know where it went here, but I was sitting there pulling the pillow, here it is. I was pulling the pillow out of one of them to change it, and I got all of this fuzz, and I'm like, this isn't coming out of the pillow form. So I looked real close, and then it happened on the second one, and all of a sudden I was like, ah, those were 2 pillows that were from one of my books, and when they send it to the publisher, I just send them the cover like this, and they either put a pillow form in it or they stuff it with you know, the pillow stuffing, you know, that stuffing, bags of stuffing. So that's what this was coming from. But I was so confused. I was like, where is this coming from? Okay, the other 2, I had 2 pillows forms with no pillow covers. You know, because those 2 pillow covers don't fit on here. So this one I definitely have to make something green or springy, something to go onto this size pillow form. I actually have 2 kind of this size, but this is the one I primarily use. And then I have the little tiny one, the little wee pillow. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to do another crumb block like I did here. So I did a crumb block, and then I did some hand stitching with 12 weight Aurifil. So let's see, let's vote. I've got 2, I've got this one here. And I'll probably have to make it just a little bit bigger to make it work. But this one here has like little strawberries, and this looks like a dogwood flower. Or the other crumb block I found that has, you know, springy green is this one. And it's got a little pops of blue in there, which is kind of neat, and dark gold. So tell me which one you like. Do you like the one with the strawberries or the other one? Easy. Strawberries or other one. And then I'll have to look around. I'm going to look around for some cool green fabric. If I have a fabric that's a neat print, that I might make a pillow cover for this guy. Okay, I have a couple of green quilts I thought I would show you. Oh, before that, the Shamrock Coaster. So this is a free pattern. You can go download the Shamrock Coaster if you like. This was one that we did when we were doing the Splendid Sampler sew-along a few years back, and Jane Davidson designed it. I think this would be so cute as a whole shamrock quilt. Okay, yeah. But couldn't you see them all tossed? You make the blocks like this and then rotate them and turn them. Or even a table runner that way. You just sort of rotate them along the whole length of the table runner. But you can whip one coaster up today. Okay, let's start with I brought a couple other green quilts besides the ones that you saw in there. This is the Lady of the Lake. It's a free pattern on my fabric page. It was done for some motif fabric that I did quite a few years ago. And so they all greens and yellows, and I'm going to hang this on the rocker, in the back of the rocker in my living room. Now this one here is a traditional wig rose block. It's one block, and I really love it. It's all done in batiks, and I use that green for the background, which I thought was really, really fun. And it does have more, you know, it's got a lot of aqua on it. But I did this in a bunch of different colors, and I thought, oh, I saw that. I thought, oh, I've got to show that. Okay, I showed you this one, I think, the other day, which was what we did last year for St. Patrick's. We made the shamrock. It was a mini muffin pattern from Fat Quarter Shop, and then I did, you know, basically did a hack. So instead of doing 4 muffins, which you could do, which would be like a shamrock, a 4-leaf shamrock, I did a 3-leaf, and then I made the stem. So this guy is also a free pattern, and that link is in the description box below, or you can go to I Love to Make Quilts and you will see it there. You'll see a link for it. Okay, and the last green one I have to show you is from a book that I did many years ago, and I'm going to hang this one, I think, on the ladder. So there we go. It has a beautiful, beautiful print. Oh, it's upside down. I don't know if that matters to the print, but let me get it the right side. So this fabric was just gorgeous. I loved working with it. When I saw it, I'm like, oh, I have to design something to use that fabric. It's an older Amy Butler fabric line. So some of you might have seen these lotus leaves. So this I'm going to go put on the hanger in the living room so I can enjoy it. Green, green, everything green today. I have a little mail call, and then I'll show you my string bean block for today. So mail call, first I have to do the mystery mail call. This came in the mail, and it was shipped to me from where they purchased it, but it didn't have any note to say who purchased it. So whoever you are, thank you for the red scissors. I love them. And these are special scissors because they are done as a Marvel Comics, to the Marvel Comics. And it is Spider-Man scissors. They're Spidey scissors. See the Spider-Man spiderweb on there? So cool. I have a nephew when he was little who loved a Spider-Man. He would go around going when he was really little. He was so cute. Okay, the other one is just darling. A darling gift from Colleen. Colleen, very Irish name, from California. So first she sent me, whoops, there's is. It's a little gnome tea towel. I'm lucky and I gnome it. So it says it on the both sides. So cute. And then the card, which is really neat. See the beautiful woman at the, what is she at? A spinning wheel. But it says here on the back that this is Killarney Colleen, circa 1905. The makers of these greeting cards use authentically produced images from antique Irish postcards. Isn't that cool? And she sent me another little goodie. So thank you, Colleen. Thank you, mystery person. I'm loving the Spidey scissors. Oh, and the Starbucks is on you today, Colleen, okay? Now here's my string block. There we go. And I put some green in it. I had to have green in it for today. All right, my dears. You were all Irish today. We toured Ireland. That's the one thing I took away from that whole trip, is that when we toured Ireland, at that point in time, people were very into ancestry there. Like they assumed, like if you came to Ireland, you were basically coming there to find your ancestors. And so they would ask you, you know, what's your last name? And then they would say, oh, well, we think, you know, somebody down here in this town may have had that last name. And, it was just, and you would go into every like place, like touristy kind of or information place. They would have these kiosks that are electronic, that you would type in your name, and they were ancestry kiosks so that you could start doing your research, and they had people there. It was just phenomenal because they assume everybody came from Ireland at some point in their lineage, if you go back. And there are a lot of people have. So if you start searching, you might find that you too are a little bit Irish. So there you go, my friend. I love you. Make a little Irish something today. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. Mwah! I will see you online.